Hi everyone. To get started, we have provided a ball of clay for you. Now, we're going to use most of this ball of clay for our main form, but we want to set a little bit aside to make legs and features of your animal. So make sure you leave about this much to the side. Your ball of clay is going to be about the size of a fist. And what we're going to do is we're going to make a pinch pot. Some of you might have already tried pinch pots before. It's just like that. So we're going to take our thumb, we're going to press it into the clay, not all the way, because we don't want to press our finger through the clay. We're going to go around and pinch the edge as you rotate the ball of clay. As you can see, the hole is getting a little bit bigger. We want to be sure we're doing this evenly, so we're not pressing too hard in one spot or too gentle in another. You want it all to be the same thickness. Getting a little bit farther. We want to make this pot about the width of our pinky finger. So we're getting pretty close, still a little on the thick side. And make sure you get all the way down in the bottom too, because a lot of the extra clay likes to hide down there. Be sure that you're keeping the pot nice and round. We don't want it to flatten out. All right, so this is about what we're looking for. Now, what we have to do is add a head. We're going to take a little bit of our extra clay, just a chunk. We're going to roll it into a coil or a snake, like this. And we're going to pick one part of our pot. We'll wet it, so you can either use a sponge or a spray bottle. We want to wet the area where we're going to attach. And we're going to slip and score, which is a fancy way of saying we're roughing up the clay. So I've taken my needle tool, which is a really sharp little tool, and I'm just making marks where we think the coil is going to go. And this allows it to have teeth and for both the pieces of clay to stick together really well. Going to do the same thing for our coil. There you go. All right. We'll attach the two. Just like that. And you're going to want to pinch and smooth downwards with your finger. What's really important is to blend the two clay bodies together. So we want to hide the fact that you can see that these two pieces of clay have been stuck together. You might want to even score it some more, just to make sure it's really, really well attached. Kind of that for reference. All right, so we have one side pretty well done, and now we have this side left. I'm going to use my tool, and I'm going to rough up the sides again. And now we're just going to smooth it downward into the clay. And this head is only a few inches long. We only want it to be on one side of the body, but you can see this is a little bit higher. You can also see that this is high too, so it might help to actually run your tool across the clay and cut it so it's nice and flat and even. There, that's better. Next, we're going to make legs for this little guy. So we're going to use our scrap clay. We have to roll 4 balls of clay that are all the same size because we want the legs to be the same size. So I recommend about this size. And maybe turn it into a triangle by pinching the edges. That way, this is like the upper part of their leg, and it's like little feet that sit in the ground. So we're going to make 4 of these. Make sure they're even, so I'm adding more clay. We're going to pinch. There we go. 2 more. All right, we have all of our feet. To attach them, we're going to do the same thing that we did with the head. We're going to flip the pot over. You want to wet the bottom. We want to find the places for the legs. So we have to make sure they're evenly spread out. So I would recommend marking it. These are the places that I'm going to put the legs. I'm going to score again. And then I'm going to score the top of each leg just to help them stick together. We'll attach it. We're going to score around the leg too. This makes sure that the little legs won't pop off because that's a really, really easy place to knock them. You can see how much I've scored. And now we're just going to smooth it all together. You want to do this for every leg. And you want to smooth it until you can't see any more marks. So you know it's really, really well stuck together. There you go. First leg. We've got 2 legs so far. We just have our last 2 to add. And last but not least, great, I have all of my legs attached. I want to put them down and just put a little bit of pressure on them to make sure all the legs are even. We are going to start adding ears. Now this is the point where you can make it any animal that you'd like, but we're going to be making a little dog. Just like with the legs, I'm going to make triangles to add onto it. Kind of like this. Again, we want to score to make sure that it attaches really well. And we're going to smooth with our fingers everything together. All right, we have 1 ear. Gonna score again, make another triangle. Make sure to attach them really, really well, and then smooth the whole thing together. All right, we're going to add the nose of our animal. It's really simple. You just roll a circle, probably about the size of a marble. Now we're going to score again. You always want to score every attachment. See? I'm going to add a little bit of water. We're just going to stick it on and wiggle it, and that wiggling helps the teeth attach. Now, to make sure this nose sticks on, once again, we're going to score all the way around it. And we're going to use our fingers and really smear the whole thing together. That way we don't have any noses falling off on their way to the studio. All right, he's starting to get a little face. We're going to add the tail, and you can add whatever type of tail you'd like, but I'm going to make a coil with maybe a point on the end, so it looks like a fluffy dog tail. You can make it as big as you'd like, but just remember it has to make it to the studio, so you have to make sure that it's very sturdy. I'm going to wet and then score again. And we're going to attach it, do some scoring. Now this tail is going to be the weakest part of your little critter, so make sure you're doing a really good job sticking it on. We don't want to see any evidence that it was attached. We want it to look like it was part of the clay. All right, you can bend it a little bit, give him some pizzazz. Now it's time to smooth it. We want to get water and a sponge. And we're just getting rid of all of our finger marks so that our dog is nice and pretty for us to decorate and then paint. And you can use the sponge, you can use your hands. Well, see all these bumps? We want to get rid of them. Take your time. The longer you take working on this, the better your little animal will come out. It's getting a little bit better. All right, so I've smoothed out my little creature, even on the inside. Really take your time. This process of smoothing took me about 10 minutes, and I could take longer, you know? Well, now we are going to create little features. This is when you can have lots of fun and do whatever, wherever your imagination takes you. But I'll show you how to make some ears and eyes. So we're going to press into our clay with whatever tool you have around to make little triangles in the ears. And that's the place where we can paint them pink if we'd like. I'm going to impress my eyes, so I'm just going to take a tool and give them tiny little eyes. I like to smooth it afterwards, just to make sure it's nice and neat. There you go. And now he needs a nose and a mouth, so we can take our carving tool. We're going to give him a circle for the nose, and then a little smile. There you go. So you can add to the decorations, but at this point, we're about ready to start painting. I've think now it's time to paint our little animals. Now I've come back to this after a little while, but you can get right to painting once you finish making it. We provided you with a bunch of colors, and they're the primary colors, which will help you mix any color that you'd like. I want to turn him a nice orangey brown color, so I have red and yellow, and I'm going to mix that. I recommend, if you want to cover a big space on your animal, to use a thick brush that holds a lot of paint. Now when you're painting, you want to make sure that the paint goes on nice and even and not streaky or splotchy. Sometimes it's good to do 2 coats if you feel like your first coat wasn't enough. Now you can paint anywhere on your little animal, the bottom, the inside, whatever you'd like. Wherever you don't paint, it's just going to become a nice white shiny color. And this is your opportunity to get really creative. You can give your animal spots. You can make your animal an unusual color. It's all about having fun. So you can see the paint looks really streaky, which means once I'm done covering the whole piece, I'll probably have to paint it again. Alright, so I've got 2 coats on this that are drying right now, but you can see there aren't really any streaks except for the wet paint. So I'm going to get a much smaller brush, and I'm going to do some of these black details. If you want, you can add spots at this time, or really anything else that you'd like. I also recommend when you have a small brush out that you have your name written on the bottom of your pot. That way we can make sure that your piece comes home to you and it's definitely yours. So if you want to use this skinny brush and write your name down on the bottom, it'd be a great opportunity to do so. So when you're all done, we just need you to pack up your little critter in a safe box for delivery to the studio, and then just reach out to us to plan a drop-off time, and we'll get this little guy fired. When he's done, you'll be able to put plants in him. You can absolutely keep him outside. We recommend, though, you bring him in during the winter. So thank you so much for joining us, and I'm excited to see what you guys make.